Hi, everybody. This is Andrew Wallen. I am the new executive director for the Better Brain Center, and I'm with Derek Russell here,
Hello.
who is the therapist who is going to help me demonstrate what it's like to get a brain map. So before we get started, Derek, tell us what a brain map is.
So we use the BrainMap to get baseline data to figure out how we want to use the neurofeedback protocols to train which areas of the brain that may be overactive or underactive. And so the BrainMap is essential because it gives us that baseline data.
I'm experiencing for the first time what this feels like and what happens when you sit down for the first time in the chair in neurofeedback. So maybe you can talk through what you're up to.
Alrighty. So I'm putting on some skin prep gel. I don't know if you can actually see this from here.
There you go.
But it's called New Prep.
Yeah, it's the new prep.
And so
Bald head. Go ahead.
and so we use the New Prep skin gel to basically get all the natural oils that our scalp produces, and so we want to get a good connection so we can get the best and cleanest EEG. And so we use that first. It's basically like toothpaste for your scalp, essentially.
All right, so put some toothpaste on me.
Yeah.
Some scalp paste.
So we just find
Alright.
the sites that we need.
So that feels comfortable and cold.
Yes.
It's a little cold.
But we just make sure that we scrub lightly on the spots that we're going to put the leads. So again, we get that good connection.
All right. Well, I'm ready for my connection.
All right.
All right.
And so what I did before was I put some of this 1020 conductive paste.
And what are we conducting?
So as the leads have metal on them, and we're trying to assess the electricity in the brain, so the paste acts as a conductor.
All right, conducting. Now, it's not like I'm gonna feel anything. I'm not gonna feel like electrical circuits going blah, blah, nothing like that, right?
No, exactly. So
Right.
nothing is going into your brain. The leads with the paste on them are just reading the brain waves that are inside your head.
Cool. You assume I have thoughts. All right. Just like my grandfather when he was demented, we were asking him, so Granddaddy, how come you don't have much to say anymore? I don't have any thoughts.
I'm going to clean his ears.
Not the inside. Nothing goes in your ear.
Clean these earlobes.
Yeah, like my pediatrician said to me when I was a kid, don't put anything inside your ears except for your elbows. And I used to keep trying. Never could. All right.
So how does that feel so far?
All right. I feel like there's just a little clip on my ear and I don't feel anything. Now, let's say someone doesn't have the lovely, startlingly handsome bald head that I have. What's it like for someone with hair?
So someone with hair, the same process. We actually have hair clips that we can use. Just regular hair clips, just like this.
Oh, okay.
And we can pull the hair out of the way so we can get down to the scalp.
Got it. So, and that this gel and what have you is not going to like damage their dye jobs or
Nope.
make the hair fall out or.
Nope, no indeed.
Okay, everything is safe and hypoallergenic.
Yes.
All right, good.
And if we weren't on camera, I would have Andrew leaning back with his feet up and making sure that he's nice and relaxed. For
Oh,
the brain
really?
map.
Why didn't you tell me?
Maybe give you a pillow as a cover.
Yes! All right.
Yeah.
I like the way this sounds.
So basically, at this point, I've got Andrew hooked up. So we're going to start the actual recording session now. And again, we're just getting the baseline data. So for the brain map, we do 3 minutes. The first minute, Andrew's eyes will be closed. The second minute, they'll be slightly open. And then the last minute, while they're slightly open, he'll have a task to do. So for this recording, we're going to do a repetition of digits. So I'll read off about 5 or 6 digits, 3, 1, 6, 4, and then Andrew will repeat those back to me, and we'll do that for the last minute.
All right, so we just did a short little scan, and I was to have my eyes closed and then open just a sliver, and then to repeat series of numbers back. And other than the anxiety of, am I getting it right? Everything was cool. And so we're moving on to the next phase.
So again, getting that baseline data is important. So we have to look at different parts of the brain to see how different areas of the brain are operating, how they're communicating with one another, which areas are overactive and underactive.
So we're going to move these leads to where?
We're going to move them. So we just did the frontal lobe. We're going to move them back, and we're going to be doing central part of the brain now.
Cool.
For this next task, in that last minute, he's going to be given a document to read, and he'll just read that to himself.
Okay, so we just finished up the second round, where basically it was a lot similar to what we just did. And I did some silent reading, and everything is copacetic.
We are going into the parietal lobe.
Okay.
And so for this task, we will be doing simple addition, multiplication tables. So.
All right, so basically if I apparently prove that I don't remember my multiplication tables anymore, what does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. So with these tasks, there's no right or wrong answer. Again, it's just giving the brain a task to do while we're recording.
Okay, cool. So we just did, what part of the brain did we just do, Derek?
We did the temporal lobe.
So basically what I did was lay back and continue to read my brain waves, and then Derek read to me something, so I'm supposed to listen, and it demonstrates what?
So the temporal lobe has the hearing part of the brain, and so for that task, we have you listen to the technician read.
There you go. So listening. Something that a lot of kids probably will struggle with, probably even some adults, because I started thinking about everything else I'm supposed to be doing right now. But okay.
So the last part of the brain is what's called the midline. And so for this task, you're going to be given another document, and you just pick out the TH words.
The TH words, like
Yes.
the,
Exactly. The,
and this.
warmth. So the TH
Warmth,
could be
ooh.
at the beginning. or the end.
They're gonna, it's tricky. All right, so finished up the last bit of testing where I had to find TH words. And the purpose of doing that particular exercise was what, Derek?
For that one, again, just giving your brain something to do for that last task while we're recording.
So once we are finished with this little cleanup, we're gonna sit down and go over the results and learn a little bit about what my brain does. So now Derek is reviewing with me the scores, which, you know, I'm not going to get too close, but essentially come up just as your basic series of numbers. And you can see there's a little circle there that represents the areas of the brain. And so
front of the head and back of the head.
yeah, okay. And so this happens instantaneously. So we just finished the evaluation, and the data's already up here. And we're not going to go into what my data is, because that's my private health information. So we have a pictogram with the numbers that'll show, you know, whether we are, you know, there's depression or anxiety. And what else have you got here that we're looking at?
So we're looking at with their biomarkers for PTSD. There are some biomarkers for OCD, anxiety, as you mentioned, depression. Just different correlations. From these numbers, we'll be able to see which areas we can use with the neurofeedback to kind of bring down certain numbers or increase other numbers.
So basically, what are we looking at with these graphs?
So all of these different colors are seeing delta, theta, alpha. So those are all of our frequency ranges or frequency bands. And the different colors are, one is eyes closed left, one is eyes closed right, one is eyes open left, eyes open right, and then during the task, that last minute with left and right. And so it breaks down each of those minutes that we were doing for the BrainMap.
All right, and so basically these are just, you know, graphical representations of the data which they can analyze. So at this point we're now talking to the clients about what the treatment plan is and what your recommendations are.
After we do our evaluation piece where we go over what the BrainMap said, we'll go ahead and get them hooked up for their first neurofeedback session.
Hopefully that takes a little bit of the intimidation out of the experience of getting evaluated for neurofeedback. It's quick, painless, easy, and gets you the data that you're looking for. I can tell you that as Derek spoke to me about what my data showed, it correlated exactly with what I know is true about me. So I'm very impressed and very happy to offer our services to you and hope we'll be of help soon. Take care.